But
No,
how difficult? How
Listen,
difficult is it for someone to come in? Tyler Huntley's been here 8 days. How
Uh,
difficult is it for someone to come in and win?
if first off, if he doesn't know the terminology of the offense, I mean, almost near impossible. So what he's got to do with the terminology, if it's different than what he had prior, but I think he was in the same system in Baltimore. Maybe the terminology is a little bit the same. He's trying to put a picture in his head of what the formation is, what the route is, now what the defense is doing. Okay, here's my reads 1, 2, 3. Now, if he doesn't know the language, I mean, it'd be like throwing you in China and saying, hey, you can't use English and you have to be successful and navigate your way around
It's
in a
that
day.
difficult.
Yeah, there's no question. I can tell you this, Hawk. So I was in Seattle for a few weeks before that last game, and Freeze got hurt. Rick Meyer got hurt. I was the backup going into the game. And Stan Gelbaugh, who was, I don't know, maybe 48 years old at the time, pulled his groin on a muddy Oakland Coliseum field on the third play. So I go out there. I had one wristband, was plays that I knew these, like these were down. And the other wristband was the entire offense. And I told our OC, I was like, hey, you got to stick to this wristband. Well, he wasn't sticking to that wristband. And I would get the play call, and Ricky Prohl, who was a veteran receiver with us and played QB at like Wake Forest, I think, when he was in college a little bit. And I'd be like, Rick, is this the play? Is this the formation? We run this play, and I would have to okay it with him to where I knew, okay, this was the play. This was the right call because, bro, you call the wrong formation. You call the wrong route combination out of a bad formation. Nobody knows what the hell they're doing. And so I was using him. He was helping me get the play called at the thing. But there are things I would say in that you can do to help quarterbacks. And I think college coaches don't do it. Pro coaches don't do it. Run the damn ball. Get under center and say, you know what? Doesn't matter what the heck is going on in football. It's still a physical game. And if the offensive line can beat the other team at the point of attack, you still should be able to have some success pounding the rock, play action off that. And there's ways you can be successful. They can dress up some formations and things like that. But I'm going to tell you what, if he doesn't know the terminology in 8 days, I don't know, maybe they can run 40 different plays. That's probably what I would say. To me, it would be basic formations and run what these guys know and try to get ball in athletes' hands as fast as possible. Get the ball in Tyreek and Jalen and A-Chain and those guys, get the ball in playmakers' hands as fast as possible.
And Gino, we were talking about it yesterday where we haven't – I can't think of an athletic quarterback with the Dolphins, a Lamar or Josh Allen. Like, we haven't had that – hell, I don't know if forever the Dolphins had a guy like that. How hard is it? Because my thing that I want Snoop Huntley over Skyler and over, Tim, because of the fact that he can take off. He's an athlete. How hard is it to, can they install a RPO? Can they install a speed option? Tyreek motions across. He's a pitch man. They fake it to A-Chan, and now Huntley and Tyreek are the quarterback pitch man. Is that hard to implement? Because they have a week.
You know what I think they could probably do? They could probably install. And listen, the play's already been run. They know to run the formation, and they just tell Huntley in the headset, pull the ball and keep it around the side, because you know as well as I do, the defense is going to start guessing and they're going to start getting aggressive, and they're just going to be like, you know what? They don't run this. They're going to see a tendency motion across the formation. Hell, we're chasing down. He pulls it out a couple times and goes backside. Yeah, they could do that. It wouldn't be, it's almost like that would probably be between McDaniel and the quarterback, just saying, do this with the play. Just try this. This is all we're going to do. Don't change any of the other 10 guys on the field. Have your normal play call that everybody else has run. but tell him, and then you got to tell the backer, whoever was supposed to get the ball, hey, you're not going to get the ball, but just carry out the fake and see how that goes. I think that's what they could do. They couldn't – I don't know how much you could, put in an RPO option, because then all of the if this happens, if the coverage is this, if they drop a safety, things like that. I mean, if I was the Dolphins and you're using Hundley, I would pray for man coverage, because he's an athlete and he can run. Right. But if they're going to sit back and kind of like a mug zone coverage where they're just kind of everybody's crowding the line of scrimmage, milling around, man, that's going to be hard. But man, they got weapons. Hell, I don't care what offense he's learning how to run. He can call a formation and call 989. And I know Tyreek and Jalen can run by anybody in the NFL, and I would basically I'd give him a chance to catch it, because how many times listen, Coach Erickson, the best thing Coach Erickson told me, and this was early, you throw a deep ball, and you're supposed to throw it 40 yards downfield, 5 yards from the sidelines, let your guy make a play for it. How many times do we see, it doesn't matter what level, where a ball goes out of bounds? Mm-hmm. And religiously watching film, 100% of the balls thrown out of bounds are incomplete. Give your guy a chance to catch the ball. That's all Tyreek wants. That's all Jalen wants. They want a chance to catch the ball. I remember working out with Michael Irvin, and he was like, I don't need the perfect throw. I just need it around me. I want the chance to catch the ball. And I think that's what I'd be preaching to him. Say, listen, those other guys are paid, and they're paid a lot. Let them make a play for you, because if they make a play for you, then he's going to look that much better.
Yeah, that's good advice. That is
great
good
advice.
advice.
It's like Malik Neighbors in New York, where this Daniel Jones can't throw, but Malik Neighbors is making him look like
unless he's throwing to Malik Neighbors. Then all of a sudden he's the greatest quarterback in the league.
He's a beast. I mean, that's great players will tell you that. You don't have to be great. They are great. They will make you look better. Just put it in my circumference and let me attack the ball. I mean, Michael Irvin would be like, he goes, I don't care. I will tell them what route I'm going to run. I don't care. I will out-muscle them to the ball. It doesn't matter if they know the route. And that's the kind of attitude. And I think those guys are those kinds of players. I mean, they can flat out fly. I'd take my chances. Man, I'd be throwing deep. I mean, I'd be like chucking that
Dolphins
thing up.
Fans like what you're preaching right now.
You show me a one safety look, because they're probably going to get that, thinking it's going to be run. Man, you show me a one safety look, I'd be like, man, I'm throwing double bang eights right at that thing, and I'm throwing it up down the field and saying, one of you guys just chase it down and get it and let him eat.
That's why there's a beautiful trophy at your house.
That's right.
Hey, that Lamar, I think my junior year said, hey, or my senior year. I remember we were playing FAMU early, and I started to audible or something, and he like at next series, he goes, hey, bro, he goes, you don't win the Heisman, audible and run. Audible to play. I was like, okay.
What a great piece of advice from Lamar Thomas. That's a great piece of advice. Gino Torretta, safe travels tomorrow. Gino's supposed to be doing